Actually, the reason why I chose social as a major is because growing up, I had a lot of experience working with children from a youth home. So in interacting with them, in just conversing with them sharing with me their problems, I felt that I wanted to do more than just being a listening ear. I know that as social workers, they were able to impact systemic changes, they were able to work with the family systems, and I felt that I just wanted to do more for the vulnerable in our society. Initially, I thought that I could do that through law, but as I learned more about social work from other social workers, even from the youths themselves sharing about their social workers, I realized that another way I could impact society, another way I could help the vulnerable was through social work, through having doing an undergraduate in social work and then subsequently becoming a social worker. Yeah, I think the aspect that excites me a lot is the fact that we don't only learn our theoretical knowledge or our skill sets, but we also have a chance to apply that. And I think how we call it the heart-head-hand connection. So what happens is that you have your head knowledge, but you also go through your sense of self, you go through your emotions, and using that, you use those head knowledge and apply those skills to really help people practically, and in a sense really helping them with your hands. So I think I really enjoy that about social work is that it combines both knowledge and a practical aspect, and it enables me to help society that way. I would say it's okay because as a guy we go through national service first, and then so after that 2-year gap you're thrown back to the school system. It can get a bit daunting, it's a bit uncertain at times, and I think there were moments where coming into university I was not sure how to prepare. I didn't know much about module registration, I didn't know much about how to select certain electives, how the school system worked. So I think the thing that helped me a lot was really working with my friends. I went for a social work orientation camp. There were a lot of people there who understood the system much better than me, who did their research, and they were very kind enough to just journey along with me through that. And they helped me to know when were my deadlines, what were the timings to meet, when did I have to go for my module registration. So that really helped me a lot in the adjustment period. Yeah, I think I'm at the stage where I'm still choosing between a few options. Because of my concurrent degree program where I'm doing both a master's and an undergraduate, I think it also helps expand the options and the variety of options that I have. So on one hand, I do want to work with youth at risk as a social worker, so helping those youth who perhaps have committed crimes and are undergoing the MSF system. But there's also a part of me that also wants to work with the policy part of MSF, so working with youth rehabilitation policy, youth adoption policy work. I think I'm interested in both, and I'm still seeing where I can go next. But the beauty about this, having this concurrent degree program is that it allows me to have the option to choose, and I don't feel I need to tie myself down to one specific job at the start. So social work actually has field placements or internships, and I think that's a very, very big part of what prepares you for the future. A lot of people enter social work thinking that, oh, I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this. I know that social work requires emotion, social work requires interacting with people, and there are stories about burning out from social workers, and I'm not sure if I'm cut out for it. The internships really help to prepare you for that. You have 2 internships where you can try a variety of different types of social work. So you could be working with elderly, you could be working with youth. For myself, I did work with youth at risk, and that helped to solidify my passion for youth. It helped me to understand what were my strengths and weaknesses, and helped me to apply my theoretical knowledge as well. I also did an internship doing a research under Prof. Esther Goh, so that helped me to also understand what it was like on a more indirect work, helping to analyze data, helping to study that a bit more. And I think that gave me a more holistic view of social work as a career, and it didn't just limit me to that option. Another thing was that our professors are actually practitioners themselves. So one thing that helps a lot is that they share a lot of their life experiences. They apply our knowledge to case studies. So even in the classroom setting, you're already getting a deeper picture than what you just see from a textbook. So I think that overall really helps in my learning, helps prepare me for what I could expect in the future as a social worker. Yeah, I think that's one thing that's quite amazing about NUS is that there are so many different options for you to mix a double major, especially in FASS, or a major and a minor. Given that FASS is so multidisciplinary, there's so many different majors and minors that you can take. Personally, for myself, I took a minor in political science for my first 2 years before I got accepted into the concurrent degree program, which in itself is also interdisciplinary. So I believe that this really helped me to widen my skill set, helped me to also achieve the dreams and the goals that I wanted, because I was someone who didn't want just to focus on the direct social work. I also really wanted to have a chance to impact policy on a higher level to help the vulnerable, because I enjoyed politics, I enjoyed studying law. So I think this interdisciplinary push in NUS, especially in FASS, really gave me the opportunity to try different masks, to try different learning skill sets, and I think that it overall shaped my career prospects, shaped even how I think right now as a person. Yeah, so I think for me, I'm someone who I'm quite nerdy, so I really enjoy the academic aspect of NUS and FASS specifically. So one thing that I really enjoyed was the fact that I got to learn many different electives. For example, I got to learn French as a third language, and that's something I've always wanted to do. In FASS, you also have to take different baskets of modules. So I'm exposed to Malay studies, to English linguistics, and I get to meet people who study such different things from me, such as who study different things from social work, and I get to connect with people who are different from me in that sense, and I learn so much from them. One big aspect also, this happened in my final year, was that I had the opportunity to present my research to the Social Service Research Center at NUS, and also to present it at the Association of Social Workers. And this really broadened my experiences, broadened my horizon, and it only happened because of the network that NUS has that allowed me these experiences that I never would have imagined for myself before coming here.